So here's something that's probably happened to you before. You're doing an improv scene and you just get stuck. You don't know where to go next. Maybe everything that you've been saying up until this point has not been landing the way that you want it to, like the jokes aren't firing, that kind of thing. You've got the yips, basically. Or if it hasn't happened to you, it probably will. Or maybe even this is a long-standing thing. It's been a couple of scenes or a couple of practices or shows or whatever where you just feel like you're not firing. So what do? Disaster, right? No, it's not disaster. There's things that you can do to get yourself back into the game. And honestly, the more you worry about it and the more you stress about it, the worse you're probably going to make it. It's just like getting the yips with anything else, with sports or whatever, anything. So I'm Ron Parker. I'm the host of the Improv To Go podcast. I have done improv in LA and all over the place and taught and performed and things of that nature. So I've been in this spot a few times. Here's what you have to keep in mind. The spotlight isn't always on you. If you are a person who's just in a scene and helping to progress the story forward and not necessarily delivering punchlines, that's fine. We've talked about that in previous videos before. We've got whole videos on just that. But let's say that you're in your head now and you're like, oh man, why am I even here? How am I contributing? The thing that you need to remember is moving the scene forward helps everybody. It helps you. It helps your scene partner. It helps the audience kind of get a cohesive narrative going. So the next time that you are stuck and you're not really sure what to do in an improv scene, don't worry about getting the big laugh. Unfortunately, that's where everybody's head goes immediately. They go, oh man, we're dying up here. The next line I say has to slay. It has to kill them. They have to be like, mind's blown that I came up with this. And that's the opposite of the direction you need to be going if you're stuck. What you need to be doing instead is just going with the next logical step in that scene. So let's say that you are doing a scene in a bar and you're playing the bartender and you're not really sure what to do. Well, why don't you ask the person at the bar, the patron, what they want to drink? Or if you've already done that, ask them if they want another drink, or ask them what their problem is, or ask them if their seat's comfortable, whatever. Dude, wipe the counter down. Do something that a bartender would do. It doesn't have to be outrageous or crazy or funny. It just has to move the scene forward, and your partner can play off of whatever you do and keep it going. And that way, at least things don't stall out and you're not just standing there throwing out lines that may or may not be funny, may or may not hit, because it is going to end substantially worse if you are trying too hard, if that makes sense. And it's going to just push you deeper and deeper into a rut if you are forcing things, if you're pushing through. That's not how good improv works. Good improv should flow. And the way that things flow is through natural progression. So the next time that you get stuck, which the example I just gave of playing the bartender, that just happened to me. I've been doing this for years and I got stuck in a rut where I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling that I was firing. I wasn't feeling that I was contributing particularly well. And I was, in a rut, got the yips. And I had to stop and remind myself, hey, look, it's all right. Don't stress out. Don't try and be Mr. Comedy when you get into those scenarios. Just go forward. What's the next logical thing that would happen in this scene? And very calmly and collected, go forward with whatever that thing would be. It's that simple, to be perfectly honest with you. And things will get back on track once you're more relaxed and once the scene makes a little more sense because normal real world things are happening. you're going to feel a little bit more comfortable. Your scene partner is going to have more things to play off of, and it'll just go naturally. So in summary, this is a nice short one. In summary, basically, try not to stress out, which I know telling someone not to stress out is the worst thing to do in that scenario. But take a deep breath, maybe. Maybe even if you're on stage, you can take a deep breath. Sometimes that plays well in a scene. It shows frustration with what's going on. Or, if you were the bartender in that scenario, is just given, well, what can I get you? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. And then your partner has something to say. Oh, I am going to do a drink order. And then they give you a drink order, and maybe that was just normal. And now, oh, okay, cool. Well, I can make that. Here's what we're going to do with that. Something's happening at least. And like I said, you're moving the scene forward. So take a literal deep breath sometimes. Even that can help. And do what you would naturally be yourself is another video that we have. What would you do in that scenario? Next, you're a human being. You understand how human beings do things in the world, in scenarios. And that's, all you're doing. You're acting, really. And acting is portraying life, I suppose, if you want to get, I don't know, technical is the wrong word, but if you want to get philosophical about it. So good luck out there. You'll do great. You'll turn things around. Just take that deep breath, do what a natural person would do, and things are going to come back. You'll start firing on all cylinders again. You're going to be hilarious again. And the best thing you can do is be normal. Don't worry. That's it for today. So again, I'm Ron Parker. I'm the host of the Improv To Go podcast. Check it out. We've got examples of warm-up games. We've got examples of improv challenges that you can do on your own to get better, or if you're teaching a class, you can use the games that we do on the podcast in a class. There's videos. We're also doing the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Amazon, everywhere that you've got podcasts that you can listen to. We're out there, Improv To Go, and you're great. Keep at it.